Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 2 of the Woodwork, bringing you the best Manchester United transfer news and everything football. So, first up, I got some not big news, but kind of weird. We got Ronaldo to Man U.
Doesn't that happen all the time, though?
For real?
Italian media was linking Ronaldo to move back to Manchester United, which is weird, but honestly not surprising because when we were talking about yesterday with De Ligt, when they're trying to offload their players because they're not bringing in any money. So naturally they would do that. But I don't
It's like
see
one
it
of their biggest signings, though.
Ronaldo gets linked with Manchester United every year, I think.
Every season,
I'd love for it to happen. I think it'd be perfect. I think he'd be the perfect mentor. Like a lot of people would say his age is something, but honestly, I don't care. I think that would be fantastic from a leadership perspective, but I don't think it would ever happen. So
I think he's gonna retire at Juventus.
I think so, but I just found that interesting because it was Italian media that was linking him.
Not English media?
It wasn't English media, and it wasn't like Portuguese media, who I never trust. So that I found interesting. Would you take him back, like just in general?
Who wouldn't take Ronaldo?
Who doesn't want him?
I think Manchester United would be very glad to have Ronaldo back.
What role would he play? Would you play him as striker, or would you play him out on the left wing? Like, you would not have Ronaldo coming off the bench. So I mean,
could you play Ronaldo on the right?
Could.
I think we can leave Rashford at left wing. Ronaldo, if he ever came back, would play striker, and then the right wing probably if Sancho comes to be Sancho, and that sounds pretty fucking sick.
But I don't think Ronaldo would ever come. I think he was him and Sir Alex were just made for each other. But next up, I got this one was heavily linked, and they were the bookies' favorite going into this. Liverpool are done with Sancho. They're not having it. They're not going to pay. They're not paying up. We got that from the Mirror, so we know that's a trusted source. That's pretty much tier one. For me, I never saw that from the beginning. I honestly thought Liverpool were kind of the outlier. I was kind of confused when I first saw their name in there.
It's like literally Chelsea, United, maybe Madrid.
I could see that, but I think more of a Madrid signing would be Mbappe.
I think didn't Liverpool, weren't they linked with Timo Werner?
Mm-hmm.
Weren't they linked?
Yeah, I could definitely see them maybe picking him up. I don't know why they would want him. They don't really need him. It would be interesting to go see him in the Prem, see how he would perform.
I mean, we're linked with a lot with Werner as well. Would you take Werner at United?
I don't really think we need him, but he's just a goal scorer. So
I think that's what we need.
Kind of need.
Yeah, that's what we need right now. So I'm saying, like, a lot of people have been linking Harry Kane with us as well. I would just take a pure goal scorer. I would take him. I would take Timo Werner.
I would take Timo Werner because I like that he's pacey and
he's really fast. He can play on the wing too.
Yeah, I think he's
You know what I'm
pacey and he can score goals prolifically, which is a rare combination.
Right.
I don't know, but I probably don't see it happening.
Who would you want more? Would you want Kane or Werner?
Neither.
Ooh, really?
You don't.
I would want Moussa Dembele.
Ah, okay.
Being
why
honest,
do you want?
I think Moussa Dembele again fits that profile. Well, first it was Erling Haaland, but we'll get to that later. I think Moussa Dembele is perfect for this setup. I think he's youthful. I think he's fast. I think he's got the skill, and I think that he could adapt to the Prem a lot better than maybe a Werner that's not as physical. And it's also, they're roughly the same age. I just feel like that is a little bit more driven, I guess. But then again, I do see Werner as a viable option because he's been a part of that Leipzig project for a long time. And this is a project that we're building here. So if he wants that same kind of vision and wants to go with that, I would definitely take that.
I don't think a striker is necessarily a position we need to fill right away.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not. It's like right wing, another center back probably.
And a center mid.
Yeah. Well,
if you keep Pogba, you don't need a center mid. We need a solid CDM.
Okay, yeah.
I like Ndidi, but I like Partey more. But I don't think we're going to get him. I think he's going to sign an extension with Athletic.
I heard Saul
Niguez, whatever.
is linked to us still, and he's actually talking to the club, which is kind of cool.
I like Saul, but I don't.
I know he's pretty good.
I don't think he'd come over. No, I don't think so.
I don't.
I still think it's going to be Grealish.
I think that's basically him and Sancho are the two that we're very heavily linked with, obviously, and I think those are the two we're definitely going to pick up.
See, but Grealish isn't a CDM. That's what always threw me off.
He's not.
He's more of an attacking midfielder. He typically plays the Bruno role, or he's versatile. He can play on the left wing. He can play on the right wing sometimes too if you want him to. But I would see him as more of a adding to that competition in the midfield. I think you said it on yesterday's epi. I think he would kind of come in to challenge and to bolster that midfield.
Right.
To really be there for that.
I mean, at the club right now, we have, like, who could play a center defensive midfield role? Like, McTominay, Fred could...
Fred's too small.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just McTominay. I don't think he's at the caliber where we want him at right now.
See, I just don't... You guys aren't big Fred FC fans. I'm a Fred FC kind of guy. I love McTominay, but
I just don't think Fred's big enough or physical enough.
I see. That's where I think you're wrong. I think that he's our Conte. Fred is our Conte.
I'm still not sold on Fred.
I would have for $50 million when we bought him for sure.
Fred has shown this season consistently that he is ready for that kind of role. I think that if you give him the chance now versus when you try to give him the chance 2 seasons ago, he was not ready for that. But now I always said from the beginning he's going to need time. He's from fucking Shakhtar Donetsk. Like, he's coming from fucking Farmers League, like,
right,
to the biggest league in the world. Like, he just needed time. So I think he's shown steady improvement throughout this entire season. So I would try.
Do you think he's the most improved player of the year for us?
Yeah,
or no?
100%.
I'm not sold on Fred, man. To be honest,
I don't know. That's just
I like
Fred. Hop on the fucking bandwagon, man. Fred is it. I'm telling you.
Maybe next year you'll prove me wrong, but right now I'm still not sold.
I like McTominay, but I like Fred more. I don't know. I love his low center of gravity. He's feisty as hell. He makes the tackles that nobody else wants to make sometimes. He can still pass the ball. He's got really good dribbling. So I like Fred. I like his game.
We have so many midfielders, though, right? If we were to get Grealish or another midfielder.
Well, I'm pretty sure Jesse and Andreas are out for sure.
Yeah, I definitely want Lingard out. I do not want him at the club anymore.
He's been heavily linked to Roma. I think he's probably going to make that move.
Yeah, everyone can go over to Roma.
Roma or Inter. Hey, just take them all.
Yeah, have them. You can take them.
Going back to something else, though. Harry, both of you would take Harry Kane.
Oh, I didn't say that.
I said that. I would definitely take Harry Kane. He's a proven goal scorer in the Premier League. Like, he can score goals. He scores goals for fun in the Premier League, and that's what we need.
He's the reason Spurs lost the final.
Okay. So this is kind of – I agree with Mason. He is a proven goal scorer. Yes, 100% I agree with that. But I would have taken Harry Kane 2 years ago. I wouldn't take Harry Kane now. Because he's had injury after injury, hasn't been able to...
How old is he now?
28?
28, yeah, I think he's like 28.
Yeah, he's 28, going on 29, right?
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
Yeah, so he's getting a little older, but he's close to his prime, if not in his prime. But hasn't been able to stay fit. I don't feel comfortable with spending 150, 125 million on a player his age with the can't stay fit and just like, I don't know. I don't think that he would have been great 2 years ago, but now he honestly, and I said this last year, I think he should go to Madrid. He's the player that Madrid should sign.
Madrid don't need him, though.
He should go to Madrid. Yes, they do need him. You trust Benzema? You trust Benzema as striker? Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, I got a question for you guys, though.
Okay.
So we talk about Sancho, Harry Kane coming, Dembele. What about Greenwood? Where is he fitting into all this?
Oh, true.
What do you guys think is going to happen with him?
I mean,
he's a striker. He's a goal scorer, you know?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I really like Greenwood. I think we just need to give him some more time to develop and everything.
Yes.
Like, do you see him going on loan or something, possibly? If those big names do come in?
Yeah, maybe. But
to where? To where? Like Germany?
Maybe
not Germany.
I mean, Germany's a really good place to just grow talent. So why not?
Yeah, we're not gonna loan Greenwood. Greenwood's too good. He's gonna stay with us.
Definitely.
He's gonna become. He's
But where do
played
you
a
think he
limited
fits?
roles now, but I think Greenwood is also versatile, right? So say you bring Sancho in, you've got Sancho automatically starting at that right mid, right wing position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dan James can play right mid and left mid. So when you want to rest Rashford for the fucking League Cup or for
like the end of the 20 minutes of a game or something.
exactly, you take Rashford off, you put Dan James on. When you have Greenwood, next year he'll start to play a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, right? As we keep going. That's why I kind of like the idea of Igalo staying because he's 30 and eventually in the next few years that torch will just end up be passed to Greenwood to take on that role. So yes, I would sign Igalo to that permanent deal. Try to
It's not that
lower his
expensive either.
wage.
It's like 15 mil.
Yeah, try to lower his wage, get that down because it's high in China, and then just have Greenwood keep developing with the team, right? And just see how he progresses. And if you have Sancho, then you still have Dan James as an option on the right or the left, and Greenwood can also play the right mid. So I don't have a problem. I think Greenwood will stay. I don't think
It's more of like a what do we want now and what do we want in the future. In the future, we talk about like Williams, right? He's probably going to take over Shaw's spot. I'm okay with that happening, him taking over Shaw's spot, but I don't think it's going to happen immediately. That's kind of what's happening with Greenwood as well. He's definitely in the future going to take over his spot. He's obviously proven that he can score goals, but immediately, I don't know.
Yeah,
what do you guys think when the season ends? Sanchez is coming back because he's only on loan. What do you think is going to happen there? Are we going to sign him back or are we just going to sell him?
I saw that today. Inter Milan have rejected their option to buy because he has not shown enough promise.
He's injured, that's why.
Yeah, he's been injured the entire season. And mind you, on what is he on, a 450K a week?
He's on 500K.
What is he on?
500K, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god.
He sat on the bench last year. I'm thinking it goes over too. He sat on the bench last year for 500K.
We are paying 2/3, I think, of his wage while he's injured at Inter Milan, because we didn't want to. We wanted him gone in general. Ole wanted him out.
We pretty much just sent him on a vacation, sitting on the beach in Italy, standing up
dogs
like this, with a freaking smoothie in his hand, looking at the waves, when he should be on the pitch.
I mean, right now he's
making
in his
runs
house
and scoring goals.
Because Italy's in a fucking mess. But seriously, though, pray for all the people in Italy and hope everything gets better there soon. But Alexis, if he comes back, I think either we'll loan him out again or we'll just find – in this cheap market, I honestly think that somebody will eventually just take him. Like, hopefully we can sell him back, or maybe –
Arsenal. We'll give him back to Arsenal.
Who would want Sanchez? At this point, how old is he? He's old, I feel like.
To the MLS or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, David Beckham sitting back and watching at Inter Miami, Alexis Sanchez. But seriously, I don't know who would take him, especially on that wage. It's really tough. I don't know how long of his contract has left on it. Do you guys know?
No, I have no idea, actually.
No, I don't actually.
I think it's 2 or 3 years, because I think it was 5 when we signed him, right?
I don't know. I just remember the hype surrounding him. We were like, yes, he's our new number 7. He's going to prove the number 7 curse wrong.
Number 7 is cursed, my G, bro.
No,
it's cursed.
Still, I would give Sancho the number 7. I think that he's yes.
Give him 11 or something.
No, bro. He's the player that's going to end that. I believe that. Sancho is young, and he is unlike any of the other signings that you've made in the past.
They were thinking about when we first signed Dan James to give him the number 7.
Yeah, no.
I was like, whoa.
But look, I mean, all the number 7s that we've had before, were super hyped up, and we're like, yes, our new number 7, and then they all just kind of.
Why do I think Di Maria even wanted to be there?
Yeah, I
I
don't know
hate
why
Di
Di
Maria.
Maria.
Di Maria can fuck off.
I mean,
And
he had
then
a good.
Memphis
He had a
Depay.
good.
I like Memphis Depay though. I really do like him.
Well, you can also play. You can play wing on both sides, and you can play center forward.
Yeah,
I think it's cool.
I like
That's
Memphis.
interesting.
I wish we had a buyback clause on him, but we have, I think, first refusal, which is like if somebody were to come and try to buy him from Lyon, then we would have the opportunity to first match that offer and refuse, and then he would have to come to us over them if we offered the same price. So,
Yeah, I don't want him back. I don't want him back.
Last year I did want him back though because I thought he was.
Oh yeah, he would have
perfect.
helped out a bunch probably.
Oh, for sure.
But also you gotta think he just tore his ACL. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he did. I don't want him back now. I'm happy with Martial if he keeps playing the way he's playing. If he's consistent. Since Bruno has came in, I think Martial has just been elevated. Like
For real, they're best friends. You could tell they're best friends.
You can see how much better he's playing. Like it's awesome to watch. But the other thing I wanted to ask you guys about Holland again. We're getting linked.
Oh, I saw that.
Holland again.
Yeah.
It's United, Madrid, and someone else is in there also. Maybe Juventus, something like that. But those are the 3 for the summer for Holland, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know at this point why would he want to leave Dortmund. I mean, he's having such a good he's just having a really good period of games with them right now. I mean, obviously he didn't really have the best Champions League, losing to PSG, but I don't know why at this point he would want to leave Dortmund.
I don't think there's any chances created in that game for him though, really.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Holland is not really a creator on his own, much as less he's just like a top class finisher. Except for that one where he banged it from like 40 yards to the top corner.
He's more of like a poacher kind of.
Yeah, he's like
wait for it to come up the field, let them do all the work, get in a good position, and just finish.
Yeah, he's like Lukaku on like steroids.
And he's so young, it's crazy.
Yeah, and he's like 6'4" too.
I would love Haaland, but I think you got a better shot at Haaland next summer. But he's gonna be so expensive.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, if he just keeps up his great form, he's gonna cost so much.
Other big news though, Champions League has been officially postponed indefinitely. So now that June 30th date that they were planning on, fuck that. That's out the window. It's postponed indefinitely, which again I think is the right call. I think I said it yesterday when we were talking about Germany. I don't think it's right to set a date on when you can return football again because you don't know what's happening. You know, it's tough.
It's true.
It's a tough.
And then all the fans are getting hyped up for it, and then they find out that it's canceled.
But I think that's probably the right call. I just wanted to get your opinion on it.
For Champions League in the Premier League, am I getting this right? Like Manchester City cannot play in the Champions League next season.
I mean, it hasn't been appealed, so I'm pretty sure.
They did file an appeal.
Oh, but it hasn't gone through? Like, is it finished or no?
No. The appeal takes a long time. City are trying to claim that they'd be able to participate in the Champions League next year while the appeal goes through, but I don't think that would stand. I think probably the FA would tell them, no, you probably can't participate. And the appeal would probably be upheld while the appeal goes through. But I think unless Mansour does some serious work, I think that appeal is going to get denied. I think that they're probably going to be out of the Champions League for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I think Manchester United, what we need to aim for right now is top 5.
I got some United news, actually.
Okay.
Do you guys know who Dennis Zakaria is, the Swiss international? United have interest in him and are opening talks with his agent.
Oh, wait, is he the center mid? Who
does he play for? Wait. I saw Florenzi too.
Hold on. Yeah, I can look that up right now. Yeah, let me look that up right now. Actually,
while you're looking that up, actually, some good news is FIFA will give it $1 billion to help clubs and leagues to pay their staff.
Yeah, I definitely think that that's a good thing. Some of these lower teams cannot afford to pay their staff salaries. So I definitely think that that's a good thing. We're fortunate as a club that we can pay our staff still and pay Alexis Sanchez's fucking $500K a week fucking
Somehow.
salary.
I think we just get that from sponsors pretty much in jersey sales. Really.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Spurs, you said yesterday, are cutting wages.
They are.
You've got other teams that are in the lower leagues that are cutting wages, and then you've got teams in the lower divisions, like the third division, that are just releasing players because they can't pay them.
Yeah.
That's awful. I mean, it's just for a club to stay afloat and not drown in debt that's awful. But that's definitely good that they're giving out money to help those clubs.
Okay, so back to what the Dennis Zachariah. I looked it up. He's a defensive midfielder for Gladbach.
Oh, defensive midfielder. That sounds good.
Okay, yeah, he in 23 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 7 yellow cards.
Perfect.
I've heard of him before. He plays for Mönchengladbach, right?
Yeah. He's 23 years old, so.
See, I feel like we don't have as many connections with German teams as we do with some other teams. Who, in recent memory, the only one I can think of is Schweinsteiger.
Everything on the internet is just saying, "Welcome to Manchester United."
Yeah, it's actually hard to find some reliable news.
Yeah, I think you're going to see the Prem probably start back up in maybe July.
I was going to say late May or something.
I would probably say July because they're going to want to play with fans, but I don't know if it's going to be able to happen. Maybe June. Now I'm saying out loud. But I think you're going to see a shorter transfer window than you would normally see. So I think that maybe we'd only have the opportunity to sign one player, and I'd probably say that'd be Sancho because it's probably the deal that we've been working on the longest.
Right.
You know what they'll probably do? You know how the Premier League transfer window ends shorter than pretty much the international? Because it's 2 separate ones.
Yeah, they're the same now. They actually ruled that they were the same.
Oh, they changed it? You see,
Yeah.
they'll probably just extend it a bit then.
Yeah, either they extend it because each league is going to decide a different start date. Normally they all kind of start around the same time, but I don't know. I think this time I would say it's going to be shorter. They're going to try and start the next season on time.
The thing that sucks about when is the Premier League going to start for next season? You need players to have rest before the next season. You can't just start it. You can't just have season ending a week later, then the season starts. No, you got to give your players a little bit of rest in between the seasons.
Yeah, I still think that the transfer window might be shortened. And we'll probably only have the opportunity to sign one player because you guys know how United are with transfers.
Yeah,
they go on for fucking weeks, and we don't sign multiple players at one time like Madrid, where they're pumping out fucking 5 guys in a window.
Like Jovic, Mendy. Who else did they get in the summer?
Hazard.
Rodrigo.
Damn. Oh, and then didn't they sign Militao? But they did that a little before, but he still came in the summer.
Woodward takes forever, and
I want Woodward out.
We don't need Woodward out. I would say we need a sporting director. We need someone to come in who's going to handle all of the football operations, and because Woodward does an awesome job at promoting and creating cool videos. And
he's a business.
He's a banker.
Man.
He's been a banker. That was always his role. He doesn't know anything about this shit.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything about good players.
He has the game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Before Woodward was making the football decisions, even though he wasn't qualified to make them. But now I would say that would be my first thing, but I think Ole is clearly having some influence, and the restructuring of recruitment is definitely undergoing. You can see the players that we're being linked to. They're all young. They're all good in their own field. They're the next person. They're not the person right now. Wan-Bissaka is the next best right back. And And same thing with Dan James, and same thing with Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho is the next big right mid. Like, he's not the biggest right mid. He's not
Mhm.
Mo Salah. Like, we're not going after that player. Like, we went after Alexis because he was the right wing.
But before Ole came in, we always tried to sign the best player right now, and we never tried to think about our future. And this is what I like about Ole, and this is why I keep saying we need to keep Ole in the club. And I don't know. People keep asking me, "Do you want Ole in, Ole out?" Why would you want Ole out right now? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Ole's been fantastic. These past 13 games, we've been unbeaten.
11.
11? Okay. So 11 games unbeaten. That's fantastic. And I think you can clearly see the vision of the club starting to really take shape here with the coming in of Bruno.
I mean, and he's building for the future. I'm pretty sure he doesn't think he was going to win it this year.
No.
Maybe an FA Cup, something, a League Cup, possibly the Europa League. But I don't think he was planning on winning the Premier League this year. Maybe next year. Definitely can contend for it. But he's just building. So he's building pretty much for the next golden age, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
I would say the longevity is definitely something, and the squad depth is something that we need to work on. If you look at the players that we brought in and the amount of players that we've just fucking chucked out, like that's
Mhm.
really good. I think you'll probably start to see maybe this summer some more loans brought in and things like that to add to our squad depth, because eventually
we
we're gonna get rid
loan
of
out?
Jesse Lingard and shit like that.
Do we loan out Pereira?
No, sell
do we
him.
just sell
I
him? Just sell him.
want Pereira. Pereira's
You
not
don't
getting
want him.
any better. Pereira's not gonna
Scored
ever
a goal.
get any better.
Scored a goal. He did score a goal.
Shit. So just to end this off, Ole in, Ole in, Ole in. Is that what we're saying? I say
Yeah, I
Ole
think
in.
so.
There's no way you can fire him after 11 games. But guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. If you guys are new to the channel and you're new to the podcast, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for
Definitely
watching.
subscribe.
And hit that notification bell up in the corner. Thank you guys.